What's up, team? What's up, Liliana? All right. All right, guys, it's time for Tesla earnings today. We got about 30 minutes until the earnings actually come out. What's up, Vanessa, Lex, 4, DS, Liv, Dude? All right, so expectational numbers are as follows. Tesla up to 222s right now. If we look at earnings whisper, the expectational numbers. Today we have Tesla IBM earnings. Tesla drops at 405. IBM drops at 410. WD-40 drops. PPG Industries, Equifax, Liberty Energy. SPY red on the day, Tesla green. Can y'all hear the music? Let me know if you can. You should be able to. It's JOHN Lex. So yeah, essentially what we got going on right now is Tesla is expected to show 101 EPS. Is what I'm showing up here. So I'm showing 101 expectations here. Market looking weak. Hey, thank you, Soldier. Yeah, let me go ahead and get this going. What are y'all showing as expectations for Tesla? It probably won't hit a 101 EPS. I'm looking at other places right now. I'm also looking at Benzinga. See what their expectational numbers are. If we look at Tesla here. It's $1 to 101 estimates. Basically, $1 is EPS. Sales revenue expectations are 22.52 billion. We'll see 21.2 billion. 22 to 21 is what I'm showing here. So again, I'm showing anywhere between 1 to 21.96 billion in revenue. 1 EPS, $1 EPS per share profit is what I'm showing up. So the expectational numbers for 101 EPS, which is a profitability gauge, which is what EPS is. EPS is just a profitability gauge. And so in that regard, 101 is anything lower it's the neutral level. You know, anything under 101 is worse than expected for EPS. Anything under 22 billion roughly is worse than expected for sales revenue. Anything over 101 for EPS is better than expected. Anything over 22 billion, roughly 22.5 billion, give or take, is better than expected here. And so that's how we should interpret this and plan for reactionaries. We also have IBM dropping their numbers. We're going to do a poll here like we always do. The poll is Tesla beat. Right here, we'll do bullish or bearish. It's a bull or bear on Tesla. Q3 earnings report and call. We'll do this poll. I'm gonna pull back for Tesla now. We'll do a Twitter poll as well. Calls or puts. Do me a favor as you come in, hit the like button if you can. We're doing our calls or puts on Twitter if you want to join us. You can vote on this Twitter poll right here if you have not already. In a pullback on Tesla down to that 221 level. Also, guys, remember you can become a member at beginnertrading.net/members if you haven't already. Join our mailing list. We got hundreds of people part of it. Building that up, it's been growing pretty fast, so we're getting ready to send the newsletter out. But we also have IBM earnings today. IBM expectational numbers are 178 per share profit, over 13.55 billion in expectational sales revenue. Again, we'll see if we hit it or not. All right, guys. Again, vote of the poll. We'll see. We'll take a look. My guess is they're going to beat, but who knows? My guess is they're going to beat, but again, we really don't know. Right now, Tesla's pulling back, bouncing right at that level here. We'll see if it actually holds that spot. Yeah, I saw that tweet by Elon. All right, getting ready to send our newsletter out now, as we always do. Again, Tesla bouncing right at that 200 moving average. You can see why I'm watching this here. You can see why I'm watching this 200 moving average in VWAP area. Again, on the tweet so far in the last 2 minutes, we got about 15 to 20 votes. We got about 81% saying calls, 19% saying puts for Tesla here. We also did get an Elon tweet. He said, "I will not let you down no matter what it takes." Do you think that's telling of a negative result here? Do you think that's telling of a negative result? He has to know that Tesla drops their earnings today. Again, EPS estimates are 101, which is up 105% year over year. Revenue is 22.08 billion, up 60% year over year. Those are the expected numbers. Again, revenue at about 22 billion, EPS, which is profitability at about 101. Tesla bouncing a little bit here. Kind of been sideways and neutral leading into all this. So they have cannabis coming to U.S. gas station Circle K, which is one of the largest gas stations in the country. Largest gas station brands in the country signed a deal with Green Thumb Industries, which is one of the largest U.S. cannabis companies, to sell licensed cannabis at its Florida gasoline retailers. Again, vote on the poll. Let's look at what the votes showed up here as. Right now, we have 67% saying bullish, 33% saying bearish. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I looked at the numbers earlier and it was higher than this. It looks lower than this now. Tough day trading, John. Not a good day. Very choppy, no edge. Yeah, I mean, I stepped away, man. I mean, we had a little bit of edge, but it looks like my move to step away was the right move. Looks like it continued that choppy action for like 20 to 30 minutes after I stopped, So, I mean, again, there's a reason people tend to criticize me if I have a losing day, but like there's a reason I step away even if I'm losing and I don't push harder. You know what I mean? Are the chat predictions historically correct? I mean, not really. I think it's still interesting to understand people's biases and sentiment regarding different stocks. Here's the thing to understand. All right, anytime I stream a specific company earnings call, we have way more bulls than bears, for sure. Like, no question. Way more optimism than bears, basically. If it's regarding the federal government in any way, like if it's CPI data or FOMC rate hike decisions, and we ask people if they're bearish or bullish, it's overwhelmingly bearish. It's overwhelmingly skeptical. But regarding specific stocks, because we rank in keywords when we cover these, it's going to be majority of polls, and so I would take it with a grain of salt whenever you see these polls. Nobody really knows what we're going to get, and so we're just judging sentiment here. Yeah. How do you control yourself from not getting into a bad trade when you have loss? Well, losing is normal. Results drop in 20 minutes. So it's all about managing your losses. Yeah, good luck, buy stocks. The chat predictions, calls. No one's trying to pay for these gas prices anymore. Makes sense to buy EV. Yeah, they revised earnings down. Yeah, that's what I heard, is they revised them down. He's either apologizing in advance or I don't know. Dow 36,000 by the end of 2023. Isn't it at 29K? What's the Dow at now? Okay, it's about 30.4K. You see Tesla starting to pop up. SPY still down on the day. We got about 19 minutes before the actual earnings come out. Any option bets before earnings is 100% gambling. Yeah, for sure. I mean, any polarized position ahead of the report is pretty gambling like. Tesla earnings. So here's the procedure today, guys, that we're going to be covering here on this channel, right? So at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the actual earnings report, or technically it's at 4:05 p.m. today. So at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the report is going to drop. That's going to detail what the actual earnings were, what the EPS was, what the sales revenue was, what the guidance expectations are. Again, that's going to drop at 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. IBM is scheduled to drop at 4:10 Eastern Standard Time. So those are the two big ones, IBM and Tesla today. We're going to cover Tesla for sure. IBM will cover it if Tesla's not up. And then at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So again, it's almost 4 right now. So an hour and a half roughly, give or take, after the earnings drop. Then the actual earnings call is going to start. Yeah, well, good luck, Elijah. 10% of my portfolio are Tesla leaps. These boys swing. I bet, man. Tesla's volatile, bro. All right, guys, we got about 17 minutes, actually. Hey, what's up, Michael? It's been good, man. We're hanging in there, bro. All right, guys, so Tesla at 221.60s. IV on the contracts are crazy. Yeah, implied volatility. Yeah, man, it's going to be high. I mean, in earnings days, the IV is going to be really high always, man. That's just normal. That's part of it. Kind of how it goes. I was just not reading that. Hey, I'll send you $1 super chat if you only CD. I mean, it depends on whether they got it or not. No, they don't have it, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm only gonna play what I know are copyright-free music, bro. They don't have none of that here. I can't play it. Sorry, dude. Yeah, we're just in a playlist right now, man. Will Tesla affect the SPY mini? Yeah, Tesla is going to affect the S&P, which in turn is the SPY. No. No, I got to go with copyright free, bro. I think you got some solid content, but your size amount is definitely questionable. It is close to paper trading. Just can't see how much emotion can be involved with that size. What size? You know? I mean, we're not really a day trading channel. It doesn't really matter, you know? Yeah, 15 minutes to results drop. Yeah. Like I said, I don't claim to be an expert or anything. Y'all can watch whoever y'all want. It doesn't matter to me, really. I don't want to be an expert or a guru. I don't have to pretend to trade larger than I really do, like everybody else. To be honest, half the people you guys watch are using paper accounts, or they're not showing you the trades at all. You know, they're just saying, "Hey, I'm in this stock." It's like, all right, sure you are, bro. You know, and so I mean, you got to think about how it really is. I got about a $30,000 account. You know, if I can make $50, $100, $200 a day, then that's plenty for me. You know, if you think that that's unreasonable size, you know, no offense, I'm going to say this as respectfully as I can, but you're brainwashed. If you think $100 to $200 a day is small size with a $30,000 account, you know, on average, if you make $100 a day with a 30 account, what is that? Like 80% a year? You know, what does the S&P 500 do? 8 to 12%. You know, it's not easy to make 100% a year. If you can, you know, if you can do that consistently, hedge funds would be calling you up trying to hire you. You know, it's one of those things where there's just a lot of sensationalizing results in trading, and I just rather be real about it and just, you know, trade small and safe. You know, I make money in other ways. I make money doing other stuff, so it is what it is. All right, guys, we got 13 minutes. 13 minutes. We'll see how it goes. And you're not really supposed to have emotion, Jake, by the way. Like, the way I see it, if your heart's pounding, if you got butterflies in your chest, you are gambling away your stuff. I don't think he's hating. I think he's just saying his honest opinion, and that's all good. Like I said, we can have a respectful discord back and forth. I hope I'm not being disrespectful. I'm trying not to be. Tesla bounced it up a little bit. It's at 221s right now, 221s. Please stop spamming, Rahul. The numbers drop in 12 minutes, bro. 12 minutes. Hey, thank you, Elijah. I appreciate it, man. What's up, Daniel? All right, guys. So, let's see what we get today. Tesla earnings. We got 12 minutes before the numbers actually drop. It'll get chaotic when they do drop. Y'all be ready. Again, give me your predictions here. What do you guys think is going to happen? All right, guys. Tesla at 221.30s. 221.30s. All right, guys. Getting a little bit of a pop from Tesla right now. Yeah, it's all good, Jake. We could, like I said, man, it's all good, bro. Yeah, Elon tweeted, "I won't let you down." Let's look at this tweet here. So Elon did tweet this. What does this mean, guys? Right, what does this mean here? What does this mean? Is the real question. Tesla popping up at 221s right now, 221s. Again, what does that mean? This is what he tweeted right now. It'd be good. I don't know. Is this a foreshadowing into the actual earnings report? Is that a foreshadowing into the actual earnings report? Do you guys think this is good or bad? Is my question here. Is this good or bad right now? Again, they corrected their expectational numbers. Previously, if you look at the expectationals, it was let me see, Tesla EPS estimates, right? It was higher than this earlier. I checked it earlier. It was higher than this, right? They lowered it, so they corrected it some. All right, so the average, it was 109 earlier. It's now $1 instead. The average EPS for non-GAAP is now $1 instead of 109. It was 109 earlier. They said, folks, I've noticed some analysts have not updated their share count, and as a result, average share count was not correct. Share count and EPS figures are now updated and correct. As a result, mean and medium share count are now very similar, which was not the case in the prior table. Sorry about the confusion. So essentially, we got a $1 EPS here. Anything over $1 will be seen as positive for EPS. Anything below that will be seen as negative. We also have expectational numbers for sales revenue at about 22.5 billion. 22.5 billion. So anything over that will be seen as positive. Anything under that will be seen as negative. Guidance numbers also drop. We also have the actual earnings call dropping in about an hour and a half. So y'all be ready. Yeah, we're actually going to stream the full earnings call as well. So we're going to cover the earnings when they drop, and then the earnings call is going to be at 5:30, and we're going to stream that too as soon as it happens. And so yeah, we'll stream all of it for you. You won't have to go anywhere. You'll be able to listen to it completely here. We'll turn the music off and we'll stream the full thing. Yeah, I mean, I could see both ways. I could see it as bad because if it was good, somebody said he would post a cheeky tweet. He must be English, but I actually agree with you. Cheeky means like sassy, you know, or whatever y'all want to say. But I kind of agree with that. I think if it was positive, he could foreshadow it with like a trollish tweet, so to speak. I think because it seems a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I'm overanalyzing it. I know that's certainly possible. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is good or bad? Good or bad? He is a sassy creature. Hey, he is. The Boring Company, I mean, they have burnt hair cologne just sold out. Burnt hair sold out. What do you guys think about that? Burnt hair sold out now. All right, guys, we got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. No, it's from his Boring Company. It's from his Boring Company. Yeah, it's from his Boring Company, is what it is. Again, we're starting to bounce back a little bit for Tesla. So again, Tesla's sideways. We got 5 minutes, guys. Really, the earnings are actually supposed to drop at 4:05. So they're not supposed to drop until about 4:05. So we still got some time. Yeah, what's up, Armand? No, that's real. The burn hair thing is real. Yeah, the burn hair thing, 100% real. Spy started bounce back. We'll see. Yeah. Love you. Thank you. Yeah, Boring made not a flamethrower is what they were called. They were called not a flamethrower, actually. Yeah, Elon's going to be on the call, so it'll be fun. Again, we're going to stream the full call when he goes live. Again, 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes. Again, we are going to put it in sub-only mode if you want to chat with us as the earnings drop and the craziness of the earnings. Again, we cover all the major economic activity. We cover all the major earnings releases. We cover CPI, FOMC, rate hike decisions, Jerome Powell meetings, and we stream it all so you guys can watch it all from a free resource and community that won't try to sell you a course. And so if you appreciate that, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate you all. We did break 89,000 subscribers today, so we really do truly appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, we got about 3 minutes left, team. 3 minutes. Market's moving up. And so again, let me know your expectational numbers here right now. Tesla is expected to come in at $1 even EPS, 22.5 billion in sales revenue. So again, we'll see if we actually have some positive numbers here, some better than expected numbers. I think a lot of it is going to weigh on guidance. I think a lot of it is going to be influenced by guidance numbers. And so, again, as I said yesterday, what you want to look for in these drops is you can look at the EPS, you can look at the sales revenue to see if they hit or miss. Okay. But what you really want to look for is when it says Tesla sees. Whatever follows that is called guidance. And if you could find the expectational numbers that and see what the guidance was relative to expectations, then that will be wildly influential over movement of Tesla, as well as the earnings call, which is supposed to have Tesla CEO Elon Musk actually on it. And so again, we got less than 3 minutes. Wish us luck. Hey, of course, Fish, happy to have you here, bro. I mean, we were looking at the earnings chart earlier. Tesla has had good earnings for the last year and a quarter. So the last miss Tesla has had was back, I believe, in like April of 21, if I remember correctly. April of 21 was the last miss that Tesla has had. April of 21. I think that was the last time they missed in terms of EPS and sales. So again, right now, Tesla highs of the day are roughly right around 223 in market hours. So just under 223 right here. We can call it 223, I would say. And then the high of the day is right around 2220 or 224.25 or 224.50. We call it 224 too. And so those are some levels. The low of the day, the low of the last couple days is right here at around 217.25. I think that's big. We call it 217. But Tesla right now, very choppy chart. Again, about a minute and a half left. All right, 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Tesla moving up ahead of time. Let's get ready. Again, subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate you all. We are going to stream the actual earnings call as well. Earnings call comes out in an hour and a half. We're going to be watching that. IBM drops as well. But again, we still got about 4 minutes, team, to be honest. So 4 p.m., they could drop it at 4 p.m., but it's actually scheduled to be technically at 4:05 p.m. for the Tesla drop. Now, it doesn't always be exact. Like with earnings, it's never exact in terms of like when they drop it. Sometimes it's right at the dot at 4 p.m. in about 10, 15 seconds. And sometimes they'll make you wait the 5 minutes. Again, we're kind of sitting back waiting for these numbers to come out. Got multiple different sources that we're checking right now. And yeah, we'll just sit back and wait. All right, there's 4 o'clock on the dot. Don't see anything happening yet. I see some volatility, but not earnings being released volatility yet. Nothing out yet. Nothing out yet. Probably, you'll be able to tell when the market actually reacts. So far, Tesla is mostly break even. There's the SPY up to 368.50s. Probably following Tesla to a certain extent. Nothing dropping yet, though. Again, no drops yet. Tesla moving up a little bit at 223s, but this isn't an earnings reaction yet. It doesn't look like. Still patiently waiting here. Bear with me. Still waiting for the numbers to come out. Not really any reaction yet. Starting to see some volatility, some movement here, but not like the earnings release movement yet. Not something that shows up during the actual earnings release. Again, we're just kind of sitting back. Tesla moving up. Still hadn't broke. Let's watch 223. I think that's probably a reasonable level. But I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think any level close to us is going to matter when the earnings come out. I think it's going to blow past highs and lows as soon as it does come out. Got about 800 people here. So again, if you're new, subscribe. I would never pressure you to, but if you don't, I'll ban you forever from the channel. And yeah, let me know if you're bullish or bearish on Tesla. We're at 224.40 or 222.40s right now. 222.40s. SPY is actually moving up a little bit. SPY at 368.80s. Again, nothing out yet. My guess is they're going to drop it exactly at 4:05. Very tight range. No data out yet. Again, 3 minutes or so, and 2.5 minutes really until the data comes out. Tesla very sideways, neutral. Yeah, with Elon, I'm surprised too, John. You are the only one giving proper updates. Hey, well, thank you, brother. We try over here, man. But yeah, nothing's out yet. You can see completely sideways. All right, there's 4 minutes again. It's technically scheduled to be released at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which looks like they're following that schedule. Nothing out yet. Remember, IBM's going to drop at 10 o'clock. Or not, I'm sorry, at 4:10. IBM drops, 4:10. Dollar index is moving down over the last 5. Tesla is still sideways. Nothing yet. Got about 1,000 people here, so we appreciate you all joining us for Tesla earnings. Let me know if you're bullish or bearish. Looking at our poll here, let me see how many votes we get. All right, still waiting. Nothing out yet. AT&T is reportedly in talks with investors regarding plans for a fiber build-out, which could be valued at roughly 10 to 15 billion, according to Bloomberg. That news just dropped. We do have about a minute left, guys. Give it about a minute and 10 seconds. SPY is ripping up here. So SPY is moving up some. Again, the earnings should be dropping anytime now. And here they go. We got about a minute left, a little bit less than a minute. $228.80s, about 40 seconds. All right, guys. Here we go. Data should be out roughly right around now. Nothing out yet, though. Give it about 10 seconds. Tesla's starting to move up ahead of this at about 223s, breaking highs at 223.60s. There's a big reaction, which could be from earnings getting released early. Initially, a positive reaction so far from Tesla coming out. Again, let's see what the earnings actually show. Nothing yet on my end. Nothing reflected. I'm looking at 3 different sources. Big positive reaction from earnings, though. Again, waiting here. Waiting. It looks positive. Chat. I'm looking at 3 different platforms. Nothing yet. If you guys see it, let me know. 228. All right, big negative reaction here. Very sideways so far. Again, this is when they were supposed to drop. $105 beat the 101 estimate, so they came in better than expected at 105 versus the 101 estimate. So about 5 cents better than expected. Again, they expected $1 EPS. They came in at 105, which was slightly better than expected. Third quarter revenue came in at 24.45 billion. Which was better than the 22.5 billion estimate. So they did a beat in terms of EPS and sales. Again, third quarter adjusted EPS was 105, revenue of 21.5 billion. So they did a beat in terms of EPS and sales here. You can see the data right here. They did a beat on EPS and sales, but their guidance numbers, we're waiting for their guidance numbers to come out. Third quarter EPS came in at 95 cents. Adjusted EPS is 105. Regular EPS is 95 cents. But we're reacting negatively. I'm waiting for, again, we did better than expected in terms of sales revenue and EPS. So profitability was better than expected, slightly better, but it was still better than expected. You can see Tesla dragging the market down. It's at 213s, 214s. But again, EPS came in slightly better than expected at 105 versus $1 estimates. Sales revenue came in noticeably better than expected at about 21.45 billion. Oh no, sales revenue came in lower than expected. I'm sorry. But I'm showing 2 different versions. I'm showing regular EPS missed the $1 estimate. So adjusted EPS 105. Expectations were for 1. From another source, I'm showing 95 cents per share, which missed the $1 estimate. So which one are you guys showing up? I'm seeing 2 right now. I am showing adjusted EPS is 105 versus $1 estimate, but regular EPS is 95 versus $1 estimate. So Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, man, we thought that it could be a little forewarning into what could happen here with their numbers. But from multiple different platforms, according to Reuters, they missed with only 95 cents per share. Missed the analyst estimate by about 5 cents. 5 cents. It is a 53% increase over 62 cents per share last year, though. So it is way better than last year. It's all relative to analyst estimates. Uh, hey, who's making money with longs and shorts? Let me know, guys. So yeah, I mean, I'm showing multiple different reports here. It's kind of strange. The ones I have on screen, though, I'm pretty sure are accurate. Adjusted EPS came in higher than the $1 estimate. Yeah, so now I'm showing that they beat it. Showing two different results here. So yeah, that's what I'm showing as well, Joshua. So you have Bloomberg Terminal. So yeah, that's what I'm showing too. So that's good. Las Vegas Sands Corporation came in at minus 27 cents per share loss. Revenue of 101 billion versus the 985 million estimates. So Las Vegas Sands, which is LVS, is doing better than expected. Tesla all the way down to 211. Are you buying this dip now? I guess that's the question. And again, if you guys want to stick around, we are going to be streaming the actual earnings call. So stick around. IBM jumped up as well here. So IBM did drop their numbers, it looks like. IBM showed 181. We'll put this number in chat. Yeah, Snapchat earnings are tomorrow. We're going to be streaming those as well. But yeah, IBM third quarter EPS is 181, beat the 178 estimate. Sales of 14.11 billion, beat the 13.55 billion estimates for IBM in the third quarter. Tesla Inc. says they have sufficient liquidity to fund product roadmap, long-term capacity expansion plans, and other expenses, according to Reuters. Here, we'll put this quote up. Elon is said to be speaking on the actual earnings call. So they say he's going to be speaking on the earnings call. So that earnings call is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. Yeah, the earnings are out. You can see them right here at the bottom of the screen. Those are the numbers. Again, IBM came out better than expected as well. Again, starting to make a move back up. I mean, we just broke over the previous closing price for a split second here. We're starting to come back down now. Now we're rejecting back down to 210. SPY rebounding here. IBM had good numbers. So IBM came out better than expected here. Tesla coming back down to 210. Elon Papa. Hey. If the earnings beat, why did it tank? I'm not sure. So quarter three, total production increased 54%, but total deliveries decreased 34% year over year. That probably has something to do with it. They said that the initial phase for Tesla semi deliveries is scheduled to begin in December 2022. But yeah, so basically their production increased, but their actual deliveries decreased here, which is, probably going to be interpreted as a negative sign. Again, if they're producing more but delivering less, that's not good. And I think that's probably why they're reacting this way. Um, you know, they're producing more but delivering less. But yeah, they did beat estimates by about 5 cents per share. It's within a 5% margin of difference though of the actual estimate. So I don't see guidance anywhere. I'm looking at guidance. I don't see guidance numbers. All right, they said third quarter automotive sales revenue. We're gonna drop all this stuff in chat. Adjusted EPS beat the estimate. Sales of 21.45 missed the estimate. So missing sales, beat in EPS is what happened here. GAAP EPS, which is generally accepted accounting principles, is what GAAP stands for. If you don't know, GAAP EPS came in at 94 or 95 cents. Adjusted EPS came in at 105. So I mean, it depends on which estimate you're judging it off of. If you're judging it off of GAAP EPS, then it missed. If you're judging it by adjusted EPS, then it beat. So again, they said the initial phase for Tesla semi deliveries is scheduled to begin in December of this year. They also said that they have sufficient liquidity to fund the product roadmap, long-term capacity expansion plans, and other expenses. Then that their third quarter energy generation and storage revenue was 1.117 billion. Their production rate in Shanghai surpassed previously quarter records after a slow second quarter as well. What I'm concerned about is Tesla is that it's way overpriced, but its earnings weren't so bad, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's all relative. Elon speaking in 1 hour, that changes anything? Well, it's certainly going to impact it some. To what degree, we don't know. But it's certainly going to impact it some. Also, guys, if you haven't already, check out Top Step. Top Step is a sponsor. You know, like I said, everything we do here is free. And so we don't sell anything. We don't charge for anything. We don't have any paywalls behind any of our content. But we do have sponsors. And one of our sponsors is Top Step's proprietary funded account programs. What they do is they give you a demo. And if you can hit their target on the demo while following their rules, then they fund you in the futures market. And the futures market is essentially one of the ways that you can trade this here. So if you look at the SPY, here's the SPY on the left. Here is Tesla on the right. You can see a big drop and a big bounce, big drop and a big bounce. So you can see the SPY moves exactly like a lot of these big earnings stocks like Tesla. And so if you want to trade the reaction from Tesla, you can trade the SPY, or in the futures market, you can trade what's called the E-mini. Here is the E-mini right here. And again, it does the exact same thing. You can see, you know, big drop, big bounce, big drop, big bounce again. So the E-mini is right here, and you could trade this right side with no PDT in futures. You could day trade short it with no PDT restrictions in the futures market. And Top Step funds traders. So they give you a demo. If you can hit their target on the demo while following their rules and conditions, and they fund you the same amount. There's 3 different packages. There's 50K. And so if you could hit 3K on that 50K demo without hitting over $2,000 in losses, which is a reasonable ratio in my opinion, while following all their rules, conditions, and phases, then they fund you 50K with a 90% split. Company is regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They pay out millions every year. They fund thousands of traders a year, and it's the most legitimate funded account program in the world. If you want to check it out, I'll post this link. It's a great way to help support your boy and support this channel. And yeah, we'll post it in chat. You can check it out if you're interested. Also put it in the description. I think I might have forgot to throw it in the description today, but that's okay. Again, Tesla still consolidating here. Had a few up wicks for some random rogue orders. It looks like that got filled. I found this channel recently, and I love the value it brings. Hey, thank you, Mark. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. He says Dogecoin to the moon during the earnings call. Hey, maybe. Yeah, well, where is guidance numbers, though? I don't see guidance numbers anywhere for Tesla. I see delivery numbers. It says it does have a little bit of guidance where it says it expects to achieve 50% annual or average annual growth in vehicle deliveries. But I don't know if Tesla usually gives out guidance. It might not. Yeah, I mean that's just random orders getting filled, Jordan. So yeah, I mean it makes sense if it's liquidation because just the orders getting filled at a certain price. Market makers hitting the order, getting it filled, causing those huge upwicks. Um, Starting to rebound back up to 214s here, so we'll see if we actually hold that spot now. Also, we have Snapchat earnings tomorrow. Snapchat earnings tomorrow. So again, stick around. We are going to be streaming the full earnings call. It starts at about an hour and 10 minutes. How can the stock move after being closed? Because right now we're in after hours. So the market's open. I mean, after hours is open. It depends on what you classify as open, but it'll move. All right, guys. Tesla's starting to rebound. We're at 215s now. SPY bouncing back with it. You can see the SPY bounce back with it on the left. Up to 215.40s here on the SPY 215.40s. Right, exactly, Rick. That's exactly kind of what I was thinking, man. A lot of people thought it was a positive sign. I don't know, man. I think if he's saying that, he's damage control. You know what I mean? Is what it is. That's what it seemed like to me. If he's saying I won't let you down, that means something bad happened. That's how I interpret it, at least. I mean, listen, I'll put it this way: if my friend all of a sudden looks at me and says, "Hey, man, listen, I won't let you down," out of nowhere, I'm getting nervous. Okay, I'm getting nervous. Again, somebody else said it pretty accurately before the stream. If the results were good, Elon would be trolling us right now. If he goes serious, something bad happened. But with that said, though, Tesla's starting to move up. It's at 217s. Yeah, we're starting to head back here. So, I mean, I hope we do, man. Listen, I hope we rebound back up. Yeah, I don't think Tesla gives out guidance, but that's okay. Will we go positive, guys? Let me see what our poll's looking at right now. We got about 1,000 votes, about 1,200 votes right now. Bullish or bearish on the third quarter earnings report and call. 63% are bullish, 37% are bearish. I guess I'll leave this poll going on since it does reference the actual earnings call as well. So, yeah, Garden of Dolls, 100%. Your husband bringing you flowers saying, hey, listen, out of nowhere, just completely random. I won't let you down. He's about to tell you some bad news, But again, hey, listen, Tesla is moving up right now, and so I hope I'm wrong, and maybe Elon's just actually saying he won't let us down. I don't know. We'll see. All right, big rejection at 217, all the way back down to 213 right now. Moving fast. I look for a scalp around 220 if it hits again. Has been absorbed every time to the downside. Yeah, I mean, this isn't really it dropped substantially, but we still got some time. The earnings call is still, an hour away or so, a little bit over that. And so we still got a lot of time to do this. And so again, I wouldn't get too upset yet. We'll see. I know, man. I'm still taking your advice, not rushing trades from last CPI. Good, man. Kudos to you. Hey, nice, Jordan. We try, man. We try. It's hard to bet against the richest man in the world. Yeah, wife saying we need to talk. There's problems, you know. All right, guys, drop it down to 213s here. We'll see if we actually bounce right now. All right, we're dropping down. We're at 217s now. Pull it back down to 213s. What if Tesla goes to 2? Unlikely. Do you have the right revenue numbers? I don't know. Let me see. Honestly, somebody's data was just wrong here. We're going to put this one up just in case. Pretty sure they missed on revenue, actually. I'm just showing what hey, thank you, Y. We appreciate you, man. 2 EPS? No, man. Again, the EPS was 105. The adjusted EPS was 105. The GAAP EPS was 95 cents. So it depends on which one you're judging it to be compared to. You know, expectational numbers were $1. GAAP EPS, which is generally accepted accounting principles, was 95 cents. So it would have been a 5% miss in terms of EPS if that was the case. Adjusted EPS was 105. You know, so pretty close regardless. Sales revenue came in at 21.45 billion. Again, we're getting some drops here. We're at 112 or 212s right now. Tomorrow we got Snapchat earnings too, guys. What do you guys think about Snapchat earnings? Snapchat earnings, good or bad, guys? What do you guys think? All right, guys, we're at 212.85s right now. 212.85s. Again, let's see if we bounce. We have showed a support level at 212s. Yeah, Snap should be fine, man. I don't know about Snap. I think Snap has actually gone up though. Is the problem? Yeah, Snap at 1080s. I don't mind Snap at 10s. You know, Snap might be something where I buy it up a little bit, but it depends on how. Like, if Snap gets destroyed during earnings, I might buy up Snapchat. Again, Snapchat's got hundreds of millions of daily active users. They do have monetization problems, but I think Snapchat, anytime you get hundreds of millions of DAUs, I think that, you know, you got somewhat of a future at least. And so $10 a share, we'll try it. You know, I made money on Snap the last few swing trades. I got involved with it. We'll see if we can keep our streak going. It depends on what we show, though. We show positive numbers. I'm not going to buy an extended on the upside stock with Snapchat, but we'll see. Again, we're consolidating right now for Tesla. We do have Elon speaking today regarding the actual numbers that come out. I'm showing multiple different numbers here, to be honest. And I'm using multiple different sources to show you guys these numbers. What I'm showing right now. $21.454 billion is what I'm showing. What am I showing up here? Yeah. I don't know. So we'll fix this. Again, it looks like a lot of places got it wrong, to be honest. Fix that. There you go. Again, we've had a few bit different places get it wrong. Honestly, I've seen 3 different sources, and all 3 were different things. So it's just kinda strange, data was wrong. You guys gotta understand, the news sources are trying to interpret the data as fast as possible, right? So sometimes that might be something where they interpret it differently, quickly. So that's all this is. Snap low expectations and beat up and hanging out on the lows. If it doesn't break the low, only way to go like along. Yeah, I don't mind that idea, Chris. I really don't. Hey, dude, I really want to say again that I really appreciate your style. Hey, thank you, Tariq. We appreciate you, man. I appreciate your style, sir. You know, thank you very much. Is there a way to check option prices after hours? No, not really. Depends on what time after hours. I think you can buy SPY options up to like an hour after the close. And maybe it's 15 minutes. Maybe it's 30 minutes. I'll have to go back and check. All right, we're at 213s right now. SPY actually moving up a little bit. IBM dropped numbers as well. Again, we got about an hour before these numbers drop. About an hour. IBM earnings beat 181 versus 178 estimates. Again, we'll put the IBM numbers up here too, so people can see everything. Just so you guys can see kind of what's impacting markets here. Here's IBM underneath it. We'll put IBM up on the left as well. $15 minutes. Okay, gotcha. Hey, thank you, Tamir. I appreciate you, man. Never heard of it, Kevin. Skeptical of ads in general. Still good considering the chip shortage and shutdown time. Just wait 2 more gigafactories open. Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, join the Discord. We appreciate you all. All right, Tesla coming back down is at 212s here. 212s. Oh, no, man. I really appreciate Tariq. He was giving me a compliment, Daniel. I'd unput him in timeout if I could. I appreciate you looking out, Daniel, but yeah, he was all right. I think 3 is my limit. Like, if you could say something 3 times, you say it over 3, you get banned. But Tariq, thank you, sir. As long as you're spamming a compliment of thing, that's cool. I'm late. Why is it down if EPS were higher than expected? Well, sales were lower. Sales revenue was lower than expected. EPS was higher. Okay, yeah, gotcha. All good, Daniel. I appreciate you, the work you do here anyway, man. $510,000 worth of Bitcoin options expire Friday. Where can you even trade Bitcoin options, though? Guys, Tesla bounced it up a little bit. It's at almost 215s, just under 215s. Tap 216s for a split second. Try to move back up. Again, you can see IBM rebounding as well. IBM had positive numbers. See if we break 215 and hold. Speculation on speculations. Isn't that the best speculation to have? Yeah, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. We got about 58, 55 minutes or so before the actual earnings call. We're going to stream it here as we always do. Again, consolidating right now. IBM rebounding here. You guys see this light on my face. It's because I'm a shining light in the stock trading community. I give everything away for free. I would never, brag about myself ever, but I'm definitely the top 3 traders of all time. And if you want to follow me, hit the subscribe button. Do it now. IBM up to 128.60s. Guys, we got Tesla at 214s. Let's see if it actually rebounds here. I'm trying to find some more research. I'm trying to research a little bit more into Tesla here to see what's going on. Again, IBM doing well. Again, Tesla said that, quote, their third quarter total production increased 54% year over year. Total deliveries actually decreased 34%. I think that's one of the big reasons they fell. I mean, aside from them having worse sales revenue than expected, their deliveries are actually down relative to, if you look at this, their deliveries are actually down relative to their production. So just give you some clarity. Somebody said, what's an actual earnings call? Okay, so what I'm referencing is that we have the earnings report drop at 4:05 p.m. As we reported it. The actual earnings report, which is just a file or, text or HTML or whatever you're reading it on. The actual earnings report drops at 4:05 p.m., right at the closing bell. Now, in the procedure of earnings for a company, usually a company will have the earnings report drop after close sometime. Usually it's at 4 p.m., maybe 4:30 p.m. at the latest. And then about 30 minutes to an hour later, they actually drop what's called the earnings call, or they actually hold the earnings call, the actual earnings call. So they have the earnings report, and then they'll do the actual earnings call going over what the report said, basically. And a lot of the times the CEO will be on the earnings call. And so that is what we're getting today. I believe Elon is going to be on the earnings call. The sun is right in my face right now. But I believe Elon is going to be at the actual earnings call. So it'll be interesting. We'll see how much it impacts Tesla as a whole. It should impact it some. Again, if Elon comes on there and says positive things, hopefully we'll get a bullish response. That's what we can cross our fingers for if we're holding Tesla. And hopefully that's what happens. But again, Elon says some negative things. If some executives inside the company say some negative things, and of course we could have a brash negative reaction as well. And we'll see. It can change the tone depending on the commentary and question and answer response. 100%. It can certainly influence price action of Tesla, which is why we're covering it. Am I stacking any crypto chips? Yeah, man. I mean, I trade crypto. Hold crypto. I like crypto. Guys, the institutions hate Tesla. It's going to go down until FSD is commercially viable. All right, Tesla moving back up over 215. IBM on the left, back over 128. You're going to cover the IBM earnings call too? No. So we can only cover one. I mean, I guess we could cover some of the IBM earnings call if you guys really wanted me to. Let me see what time that goes live. The IBM earnings call goes live in about 20 minutes. Tesla up to 216. Within 5 minutes, Tesla will be at $96. Zero chance of that. No chance. I'm not sure what time Elon's speaking, but I know the call is going to be live. Again, pull it back a little bit here. Man, how do I get the sun out of my eyes, dude? I feel like Edward in Twilight right now, man. What am I supposed to do right here? Call's in about 50 minutes. Yeah, I don't see the guidance. I don't think Tesla generally drops guidance. Oh, okay. So Gap EPS 95 cents. But yeah, no guidance numbers. Again, maybe they're going to drop them during the call. Again, we're going to stream it as soon as it comes out. Jordan, you see me right now, bro. I'm just shining, you know. It's a good omen, man. Look at me over here. I'm like Edward in Twilight. Okay, that's me right now. Bro, I got blinds for my window, but we got this little, I don't even know what it's called. We got this little half circle window right above the blinds. And like right at like 4 p.m., the sun is just right in my face. You know, I need sunglasses, to be honest. Sheesh, bro. This is bad, dude. Honestly, it feels really good outside, too. I'm wearing like jeans and a long sleeve shirt today. Getting my vitamin D right now, guys. Don't judge me, okay? 215.50s for Tesla. We'll see if it rebounds. If they drop big news, it will be live and right from Elon's mouth. 100%. 100%. We'll see. We'll see what he says. All right, we got a little bit of red candles over the last 10 minutes or so. It's starting to pull down. We can watch 214s hold out the level. Again, IBM is up there. Dude, why are you avoiding the politics in Tesla? I mean, here at this channel, I just avoid politics completely. Again, if I had to say something about it, which I guess I will, dude, honestly, do y'all see this right now, bro? Like, look at me, man. I can't even like look at my screen. Like I said, I'm like Edward in Twilight, you know? I'm like an angel right now, okay? If I had to touch on the politics, it's this. I would love to pretend I'm doing this intentionally here. But here's the problem, all right? Here's the problem with Tesla, right? It's Elon's fault if his political stance affects the stock, okay? Anytime you're in a company, a public company like Elon Musk, right? And you're actually selling things to consumers, getting really outspoken politically about on one side of the political spectrum is going to discourage your consumers from purchasing your products. That's a self-evident reaction to getting really polarized on one side. You know, I don't even like politics. I disagree with everything. I don't like any of it. I disagree with both sides. I just try to stay completely neutral. Um, but Elon should have seen that coming, you know, to be honest. And I think if there is a question mark regarding Tesla's future, it's whether Elon can just kind of sell cars and not touch on politics. Because again, and again, I'll tell it. I'll put the logic out there like this. Okay, I'm not taking any stance for politics at all. I don't care about any of that stuff. But at very best, when you side with one political party, you are ostracizing at very best 40% of your consumers. You know. And so again, I'm not saying he shouldn't be able to. He can do whatever he wants, but the public will react accordingly in that regard. You know what I mean? And so I disagree with being outspoken politically on either side politically if you run a company like Tesla. And I think he should have understood that reaction. Right now, Tesla's dropping down to 214s. Yeah, again, I don't really like pick sides with politics. It's not really my thing. I'm just not really about that. But again, if I from the outside looking in, if I'm Elon, I'm not even getting involved with politics at all. You know. But again, he is clearly smarter than me, so let him do what he wants to do. I guess. I'm not judging. But Tesla down at 214s. Yeah, we'll see if the earnings call does anything. Hopefully, he says some good things. I hope it moves up. We'll see. Bro, can the sun go down already, man? Can the sun go down? Yeah, I feel you, Johnny, but standing up for those things, man, you can hear the echo in here. Standing up for those things is going to evoke a response, and you got to understand that response. If you're gonna do it, you got to understand the outcome of it. You got 3 hours till sunset. I know, bro. I'm over here just struggling right now, man. Shout out to Mitch, though. Money Mitch over there at Benzinga actually bought me this studio set. So shout out to him because it's helping me right now. I actually set it up the other day. It's really dope. I still got to thank him for it. You know? Yeah, sugarcoat. I'm going to get on that, man. Tesla bouncing back up. It's at 214.20s right now. 214.20s. We'll see if it holds. Hey, all good. You look like Raven from Mortal Kombat. Hey, yeah, I don't know. Right now, my window. Look, y'all want to see the culprit window? That's the window right there. You see that window right there? That's it right there. Man, that window's just out of control right now. Just unpleasant. How dare the sun decide to shine through my window at this time while I'm streaming? How dare the audacity of the sun right now? Anyways. Yeah, hey, SB, I'll get more views. 5x views. Hey, thank you, Kryptonite. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. The amount of confirmation about Elon buying Twitter seems to correlate with the... use the hat. Yeah. It could, Michael. We'll see. Again, we're starting to rebound. We're back up to 215s. We'll see if we actually hold. IBM up there. Yeah, hang up the Astros flag. Wait, aren't they? Wait. Aren't we playing the Yankees today? Today? Let me see. Man, I'm slacking on my Astro stuff. Hold on. It's today. Ooh, man. Honestly, I wish we played we should be playing the Yankees in the World Series. I get it. Same league. I understand. But, like, I just feel like the hardest opponent that we're going to face is the Yankees. You know, I would, if we can get past the Yankees, I guess I'd rather us lose now than lose the World Series again. I don't know if I could take another Astros World Series loss. You know, that last one hurt, you know. And so, but I think I think the Astros and the Yankees are the two best teams in baseball by far. I think the Phillies and the Padres are just really clutch teams. But I think in terms of talent, Astros and Yankees are just the best teams in baseball right now. And so I think, we should be in the World Series, but, it is what it is. Yeah, man. I mean, the Phillies, man, they got Bryce Harper. They're doing well. The Padres, man, they're signing of Juan Soto. While expensive, it looks like it's paying dividends. It's paying dividends right now. Phillies up 1-0. Padres are good, man. Phillies are good too. IBM still running up. Phil's win. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They win another 2 games. They're going to the World Series. Tesla up to 214s right now. We'll see if we hold. Bro, I'm going to stand up. Just standing up better. Yeah. All right. Done. All right, there we go. There we go. That's better. We're just going to stand up here, get some exercise. What's the point of having a standing desk if we don't use it when the sun is just in my face, man? I couldn't see. I literally have like my eyes hurt now. I've been blinded by the sun. I was blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce. Another runner in the night, IBM up to 129.20s here. Tesla under 214s. Again, we got about 40 minutes until the actual earnings call. The earnings report was mixed. Again, here's the actual numbers here. Their third quarter adjusted EPS was better than expected at 105, beat the $1 estimate. Third quarter revenue came in at $21.45 billion, lower than estimates. IBM came in better than expected on both metrics. Tesla did drop that. They said that their total production increased 54% year over year, but their total deliveries went down 34% year over year. So, again, it was mixed results for the most part. Again, tomorrow we got Snapchat as well. That'll be fun. Hey, thank you, William. Shout out to William with the $5 donation. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Shout out to you, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the love. We still got about 40 minutes left until the actual earnings call. But again, you'll be able to stream it live here as we always do. And we appreciate all the support today. We did break 89,000 subscribers today. And so we appreciate you all. We're already up to about 89.2K. We're pushing towards 90,000 if we can hit it. So we're already up there. Again, IBM at 128.30s right now. So IBM's moving up. Tesla moving down here. But we are consolidating. I think if there's a good sign here, I think extension is on the downside right now for Tesla. I don't think the miss here. Okay, I'll put it this way. I might buy this dip in Tesla, and I'll explain why. Okay, I'll explain why. Right now, if we look at all markets, not just Tesla, we're extended on the downside. But especially Tesla is down dramatically relative to where it was, at the highs up here in early November of last year. Right, so we're a solid amount down. We're about 50% down relative to where we were. Okay, so there is some downward extension, in my opinion, for Tesla. The numbers that we dropped today, I think were somewhat encouraging for Tesla. I think we came in better than expected at adjusted EPS. Only a slight sales miss. All right, and in that regard, I think that there might be some, reasons to buy this pullback here. We're down at 213. I think it's arguable that we could be extended on the downside short term as well. And depending on how long you have to hold it, I think if you hold it long enough, I think it'll probably be higher than this at this point. So again, let me know if you guys agree with that. But I think there could be some arguments for a dip buy here. What do you guys think? Bro, I got a lamp, William. It's right here, bro. I got a lamp right here. It's right behind you, man. Neo down 80%. Still overvalued by 181, bro. The Nikola CEO just went to, just got charged, bro. I mean, listen, that dude went from rolling an SUV down a hill or rolling a semi-truck down a hill to getting charged millions of dollars. What did he get charged for? Fraud? Bro, that dude's having a bad week, man. NKLA CEO? Trevor? My man TM's having a bad week. Convicted of securities fraud as well. So, I mean, Nikola, I mean, who would know, They're all downhill from here. I heard that joke like 5 times. It's still funny, Definitely, I didn't do it. I'd love to take credit for it, but, if you understand the joke, you understand the joke. What do y'all think about Snapchat tomorrow, guys? Snapchat drops earnings tomorrow. IBM kind of holding up the market right now, too. SPY at 368s. We're still in Disney right now. We bought the Disney dip. We're still in it. We only got 15 shares. But a really nice trade for Disney, to be honest. Really nice trade. I'll take it. Also, guys, we're using Chart Prime here. And I want to show you guys what... This is a sponsor of my video as well. It's called Chart Prime. Super cool company. What they have right now. And you can use this with Bitcoin. You can use it with crypto. You can use it with stocks. You can use it with futures. You can use it with any type of equity. You can use it with whatever you want. Forex, futures, stocks, Tesla, Disney, whatever you want to use, right? They have a proprietary algorithm that literally predicts trend directions. And it's pretty accurate. Look, possible reversal up, bounce. Possible reversal down, drop. Possible reversal down, drop. Possible reversal up, bounce. Look, it automatically documents support and resistance. Look at this. And this is for Bitcoin right now, just as an example. Possible reversal down, drop. Possible reversal up, bounce. And so again, it's a proprietary algorithm. It automatically documents support and resistance as well. They are a sponsor of my video. And so again, if you want to check out Chart Prime, my favorite way to use them personally here is their candlestick indicator. Super useful. Look, bullish engulfing candle, bounce. Bearish hammer candle, drop. So it'll automatically show you what the candlesticks are. I think you kind of want to use it in something a little bit more volatile. Like I use it on the SPY a lot. Look, bearish engulfing, drop. Bullish hammer or bullish engulfing, bounce. Bearish engulfing, drop. And so the candlestick patterns are actually pretty accurate. Of course, I can't guarantee you're going to make money with them, but it is a company called Chart Prime. I will post this link. Great way to help support the channel. You can use promo code BTRADE. Get 20% off. There's the link right there. Check it out. They are a sponsor of my video. I'm certainly biased in their favor, of course, because they pay me money. But I honestly really use their service. It's actually really cool. Super useful. And on TradingView, you can use it on anything. You use it on stocks. You can use it on stocks, the E-mini futures contract. You can use it on Forex, dollar index if you want to. You don't use it on whatever. I don't know. I don't think 57 per month minus 20% if you use my link is that bad. It's like 40 something a month, 40, 50 bucks. It's really not that bad. I guess it's relative, but it's a very honest way of advertising for your sponsor. Love it. Hey, well, that's what we do here. I don't understand why more people don't do this. Like I said, man, like, listen, I'd rather be honest with people. Chart Prime's honestly really dope. I do actually use them, but I might as well be honest with people. I got to be honest, If not, I'll end up like my boy Trevor Milton, rolling semi-trucks down a hill and just, getting convicted of fraud. I'm not trying to be like Trevor, All right, guys. So Tesla at 214s right now, 214s. Snap lower risk on a short is 11. 18s, lower risk on a long is 978s. Yeah, I think we're a little bit too high for me to personally buy Snapchat right now. I think we're just a little bit too high up there. If we look at Snapchat The last time I bought Snapchat, you can actually see the dip I got into. Let me see. I'll show you guys my old trades here for Snapchat. Last few times I took it. Let's look at a 90-day chart. Yeah, so this is the last swing trade we got into Snapchat. We bought I thought we had more than that. We might have had more. But yeah, you can see here. Yeah, so the last swing trade we got it. Where'd it go? Yeah, last swing trade we had on Snapchat, you can see it here. We ended up buying here and buying here, scaling in, and then we rode the bounce up, sold at up here. So my favorite buy level, we dropped down to like 10s. Yeah, you can see me a little bit more active here. Again, you can see we start to add at 11s. We ended up adding all the way back to 9s, and then we wait for this pop, and then we sell. Ugh, man. But yeah, that's my Snapchat chart for whatever reason. There we go. IBM looking solid, though. But again, we're green trading Snapchat. I do have some experience trading Snapchat. Another sell order going through here right around the previous closing price. We actually had another similar one on IBM, so it looks like market makers are just slamming things down. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hey, good morning, man. Or good evening. I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying good morning. I think it's just automatic. So they were mixed. We had lower than expected sales revenue, higher than expected EPS, only slightly higher. No guidance numbers yet. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Pawn. We try, man. I think it's the right way to do it. All right, guys. Remember, we got about 30 minutes before the Tesla earnings call. 30 minutes, guys. Let's watch it. Tesla consolidating in a range here. Again, we have this interesting range right now. So we have this range right here. Here's the range. All right, so we're looking for this range to break, and it depends on what Papa Elon says to see if we're going to get this range break or not. 217 is the highs. We also have the 200 EMA, the 200 exponential moving average, right around 218. So we can watch that also. That was a random order getting filled. Mark said, what just happened with that IBM candle? So basically what happens, right? You got to think about the logic of this, right? Previous closing price is going to have some orders from the previous day or whatever it is getting filled. That's just the market maker filling an order. Now, it's kind of a rogue order. They kind of probably just bundled it together with something and it flashed there. But that's just an order getting filled up there for some reason, for whatever reason. We don't know why they filled the order up there, but for whatever reason, the order got filled way down here, which I guess is good for this guy. Yeah, pawn's probably the most accurate, which is exercised options getting filled for those candle wicks. What were you demonstrating with the charts just now? I was showing you my trades on Snapchat historically. Or Chart Prime, you might have been talking about that. Depends. Can you give us the name of the candlestick pattern? So you must be talking about Chart Prime. Check out the link in the description. You can find it in the description. We have it there. Again, it's called Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service. Really useful, to be honest. Really useful. Of course, I can't guarantee you're going to make money with it, but very useful for me personally. And of course, they are a sponsor of my video, so heads up. Yeah, the numbers are solid. They were some of them were worse than expected, but relative to last year, Tesla had pretty solid numbers. Like relative to last year, they were up like 50 to 60%, right? So Tesla, relative to last year, did very well. Relative to expectations, though, that's the one that really matters the most in earnings. The example I've used probably 100 plus times at this point is it's all relative to expectations. Company can lose $500 million. If they expected to lose $1 billion, then they're still going to go up. Same thing here. But at the same time, in terms of objective value, they're doing better than expected, or they're doing better than last year, and that's an important metric as well. Can you zoom out a bit on IBM? Yeah, I got you, man. Here's a 10-day chart. Yeah, sometimes, not all the time, those ghost wicks will create support in the near future. Mullen up 78% in after hours. Really? Mullen is up none in after hours, really, but it's up big today. But the problem, though, is that the chart looks like this. So Mullen might be up big, but the last year it's down really big. That's the problem. Again, I don't trust Mullen. I think it's going to be difficult for these up and coming EV brands to succeed. And I'll tell you why. All right. So with these up and coming EV brands, okay, here's the problem. Is that they don't have the consumer base. The thought experiment I always do is like, okay, and try to be objective and honest about what I'm about to ask you. Okay, if you did not trade the stock market, say you never traded stocks before, you weren't involved with EV, you didn't hold any EV brands, stocks, and somebody came up to you and said, hey, you have to buy an EV right now, what would you buy? Are you going to buy Mullen? No. You going to buy Polestar? No. You going to buy Lucid? Probably not. What are you going to buy? You're going to buy Tesla, you're going to buy a Ford EV, you're going to buy Mercedes, Porsche EV, whatever you want to buy, right? But it's not going to be these small little EV companies. And so that is an inherent problem with these brands, is that they do not have the consumer base they need to ultimately be successful, in my opinion. They're cool. I love it. Listen, a Lucid is really cool. I saw one the other day. Really nice car. Really cool car. Right? But they're not going to have the numbers in terms of consumers that they need to succeed. And so I think best case scenario for a lot of these companies, especially Mullen, is a buyout. I think one of the big boys buying them out and using their battery technology and technology overall is probably best case scenario for them. I think outside of that, they're not going to succeed as an automotive brand. They might succeed as a buyout for a big boy like Ford or Mercedes or something, but they're not going to succeed on their own. I think that's obvious and self-evident. Maybe I'm wrong. In 20 years, we'll look back at Mullen and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And again, let me know what you guys think. Can you go back to IBM? Yeah, I got you, man. I said the same thing about Kia. Hey, but listen, Kia is similar to Tesla, though, is the problem. And Kia, it took 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. Mullen doesn't have the consumer base. It just doesn't. Kia, when was Kia founded? It was founded in 1944. Okay? There's a difference between 1944 founded Kia and in 2014 Mullen. Okay, there's a difference, right? And the difference is experience. Again, best case scenario for Mullen, buyout. I think Tesla, Ford, Porsche, somebody like that could come along and buy them out. That certainly could happen. I think that's best case scenario. I think if they try to succeed on their own legs, they're not going to do it. I think they just don't have the consumer base. They don't have enough people saying, man, I really want a Mullen. Of course, stock traders do, because stock traders get really passionate and hyped up about their stocks, right? But completely independent of the stock market, they're not going to have enough people being like, damn, man, I got to go get me a Mullen today. Nobody's saying that. They're going to be like National Lampoon's Vacation with the rental car. A lot of them. They just don't have the support system to succeed right now, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just a bear, but the only ones that really are going to do well, NIO maybe, but NIO's down a lot as well. But NIO has the production numbers. Tesla for sure. NIO, and all like the domestic and big brands that we already have. Toyota, Honda, Porsche, Mercedes, Ford, all that stuff. They're going to be fine. But I'm talking about completely new independent companies. It's just not going to turn out well for a large majority of them. Now, it's a big risk, big reward trade, though. And so, it's one of those things where you got a lot of risk, but you also have big reward. If you're right, I mean, listen, you get a big payday. But the odds of that are very low, in my opinion. But, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Did you see the Tesla numbers right here? 105 beat the $1 estimate. Third quarter revenue of 21.45 billion. Beat the or missed the estimates of what was it? Estimates of estimates of 21.96 billion. So again, the Tesla missed on sales revenue, beat on EPS. What you're saying is Mullen will be big by 2080. Basically, yeah. Either that or they're going to get bought out. I think the odds are towards getting bought out. I think a buyout is much more likely for Mullen. I think the technology is interesting. You hear a lot of hype about their battery tech. You know, I think that's gonna highest probability thing. I think. Yeah, bro. I see on Facebook Marketplace they're trying to sell a 1993 Toyota Tacoma for like $40K. I'm like, y'all are out of your mind, man. Just out of your mind, bro. Trying to sell me that. Come on now. All right, guys, we got about 20 minutes before the actual Tesla earnings call. About 20 minutes. We're going to cover it here as we always do. YOLO Molan, got it. Hey, do you, man? I'm not mad. I'm not judging. If you win, buy me a Ford or something. All right, guys. Like I said, we got about 20 minutes left. 20 minutes before the actual earnings call. Stick around. Again, do you guys think we're going to react positively or negatively from that earnings call? Again, let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. Again, Tesla at 213.80s here. Let's see if he gets back up there. It's trying. All right, guys. 214s. 214s. All right, guys. Again. Tesla back up to 214s. We got Elon Musk is supposedly supposed to be on the call today. Now, again, hopefully he says some favorable things. But so far, we don't know what he's going to say. Consolidation here. Chat, let's look at the polls. Again, the polls showing that we had most people specifically bullish. And again, we didn't have terrible numbers. We showed 105. EPS beat the $1 estimate. Sales revenue came in a little bit lower than expected, and that's okay. Again, do you guys think this earnings call is going to turn out well? Usually, they're going to do a Q&A. They're going to talk to the CEO, which is Elon. Hopefully, they say some favorable things. Dogecoin, A1? Hey, we'll see, brother. Hope you're doing good, man. We'll see, William. I hope you're wrong, brother, but you might be right. Who knows, man? We'll see. Again, is Elon going to be buying more shares? I am researching cryptos while I have you at the background. You are a great company. Hey, thank you, Vasiles. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, sir. We try, man. We try. We are going to be doing a crypto show today on beginner crypto. So, again, if you want to join that, we're going to redirect you all the way there. So, beginner crypto is going to redirect you all the way there. So, you won't have to go anywhere as soon as we close down the earnings call. Once it's over, we are going to be streaming directly to the crypto show that we got going on today. So, again, if you want to subscribe to the crypto show in anticipation of that, sometimes for mobile, it doesn't actually route you there. So if you want to subscribe to that crypto show in anticipation, there is the link. It's youtube.com/beginnercrypto. Again, moving a little bit here. Let me switch to the beginner crypto channel. IBM moving up a little bit, 214s. Again, we got 15 minutes before the actual earnings call. Let me get it ready, make sure. So again, just to clarify before the actual earnings call starts, you guys can hear the music, correct? Let me make sure. Again, we're at 214s right now for Tesla 214s. Doing overtime, you know. Yes, okay, cool. Music can be heard. All right, nice. Yeah, we always got to check that. You know, we always got to check that. All right, guys. All right, so we got everything set up and ready here. All right, guys. So again, under 214, we're starting to slow down a little bit. Again, a lot of the time, earnings calls don't actually impact them heavily here. But with that said, you know, Elon's supposed to be getting on stream. He did say the kind of foreshadowing words of he's going to stick with us or whatever he said. So a lot of people were skeptical, including myself here. All right, so back up to 214s. Back up to 214s. Again, we'll see if we continue. Thank you guys so much. We're ready to stream. Hex did 10x. Music can be heard easily. If it's a Chris, he will pump no matter what. It's over. Again, do we have a positive or bearish reaction here? Bullish or bearish on Tesla? Quarter 3, 61%. If we look on our Twitter poll here, if we look at our Twitter poll, again, we got about 53%, 54% to 46% is what we got. So 54 to 46. So not bad. I mean, not good necessarily in terms of bull action, but not terrible either. Hey, what's up, Swerve? 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. You think I can sit down, or will I still look like Edward in Twilight? Elon to sell shares to buy Twitter. I don't know. I think diversifying is a good move. If you're Elon, I think you need to diversify. Again, let me tell you why. All right, Tesla, having all your eggs in one basket as a billionaire is usually pretty risky. In that regard, I think diversifying and buying something like Twitter is a good move for Elon. I think regardless of price, I mean, not regardless of price, of course, but I think as long as he can get it for something reasonable, I think that acquisition is a very smart move for Elon. I think it'll help him sell cars, and it'll be good for his business and diversification, regardless of what happens with Tesla. I mean, Elon's a pretty diversified dude. He's got SpaceX, he's got the Boring Company, he's got Tesla, Starlink, all that stuff. So pretty diversified, but at the same time, I think social media companies are what can really bring a lot of stabilization to your income, so to speak, unless you're Mark Z or Facebook. How do you know what Twilight is? Bro, how do y'all know what Twilight is, man? Y'all hear the joke, but y'all are too young to even know what Twilight is, man. All right, so what's it called whenever... I don't want a shadow. There we go. I don't want a shadow. That's better. Okay, cool. All right, guys, 214s. 9 minutes, guys. 9 minutes. Where are you streaming the live? It's going to be right here. We're ready right now. We're waiting on stream for it. We're going to stream the entire earnings call live right here. So stick around. Let me make sure we got everything ready here. All right, bear with me 1 second. We're going to get this ready to go here. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, we got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Music should be off. Yeah, hopefully he says some positive things. I mean, it's his company. He's got to say some good things, right? Hopefully he says some favorable things. Highest appreciating asset the past 3 years. No, I'm not lying. No, I'm not a paid shiller. You got me looking up Hex on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, I mean, it did big things, but it's back down to 3 cents now. I mean, of course, that's better than where it was at 20% of a cent. But, I don't know. A lot of people say scam. Yeah, we'll see, Chris. Bullish or bearish response, guys? Bullish or bearish response? Again, we got 6 minutes. Yeah, I mean, the log chart looks good for sure. All right, guys. Again, remember to check out Top Step. Top Step is a sponsor of our video. If you want to get around the PDT rule, the futures market is the easiest way to do it. You can essentially trade these big releases by trading the SPY or what's called the E-mini in the futures market. You can see it on the left. It does essentially the same thing. Choppy, just like Tesla is right now. You can trade this left chart here with no PDT instant settlement, shorting ability, longing ability in the futures market with no PDT restrictions. And Top Step funds traders. They're the most legitimate funded account program in the world. They pay out millions, fund thousands of traders a year. They are a sponsor of my video. But again, if you want to get around the PDT rule, trade some of these. I'll post this link. Great way to help. And you can also find it in the description. We got 6 minutes left, guys. 6 minutes left. Will the sun be out of my eyes, guys? Does anybody take odds on this? Will the sun be out of my odds or out of my eyes? I don't even know what to do here, bro. Look at me. I look like Michael J. Fox's cousin in Back to the Future. Okay. I look like Marty's cousin in Back to the Future in the picture right now. That's me. Okay. I'm disappearing right now in the sunlight, blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce. All right, we're at 214s right now, guys. 214s. We got 900 people here still. Again, the earnings call starts. We got the timer here. We actually have the timer here. 4 minutes exactly, guys. 4 minutes. Yeah, hit the like button. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much, team. We appreciate it for sure. All right, we're at 89.2 thousand subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all. Tesla, right around 214s. We got about 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. Don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate the love and support. Of course, we got the earnings call getting ready to start. Timer up. And here we go. We are live, waiting for it to start, guys. Waiting right here for it to start. Stonks only go up. Market is wrecked. Yeah, also, y'all check out Stonk Tech. Stonk Tech gives you free tools to use as well. Free tools to use. Super useful. Trading social media brand gives you free tools to use. You can check them out on all these big brands talking about it. Again, free dark pool option flow access, saving you hundreds, zero commission eventually when they go live. And at the very least, you're going to get free tools to follow. You can do me a favor, join their wait list. They go live October 27th. We are going to be on there when they go live. Check them out. There's the link in chat. And again, it is time. All right. We got it muted. Let me make sure it's not started yet. I don't think it is. It wouldn't dare start early. Whoa, we got some serious music playing in the background. All right, Tesla back up to 214s here, guys. Will Papa Elon say something good? Will he say something good, guys? Let me know. I really don't know here. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Tesla up to 214s right now. Minute and a half left. Still got about 1,000 people here. We got the E-mini on the left side. We'll put the SPY up. See how that's impacted by everything. IBM's going on. They got their earnings call going on. There's my SPY trades today. Let me take that off. Let's see. We got the spot on the left. We got Tesla on the right. Tesla back over 214s. We have about a minute and a half left until they start everything. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to make the stock go crazy, but it should make it impact some. Yeah, you'll be able to watch the full thing here if he speaks. I'm not sure if he's speaking. I'm pretty sure he is, but I'm not 100% sure. You need a pop filter on that mic. Just put it away. There you go, Sword. Sorry, bro. Yeah, conference has got about a minute left, guys. About a minute left. About 50 seconds to be exact. Again, we're waiting for it right here. I mean, it's so loud in my headphones. Sounds like a rave is going on in the background. You guys can hear that? Sheesh. Elon's over there playing with strobe lights and stuff. All right, guys. Tesla at 214.30s right now. 214.30s. He said he's speaking? Okay, good. Yeah, I thought he was. Again, we're waiting. Again, we're waiting here. All right, guys. Should be starting anytime now. We're waiting for it to start. We're listening to it live, completely live. Waiting for these numbers to show up. All right, guys. So just stick around. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Again, we're waiting here. Nothing yet. Looks like there's only going to be audio here. Okay, that's cool. Again, here's Tesla. Still waiting here. They haven't started the earnings call yet. So not yet. Earnings call is about to start right now. All right, guys. Still waiting for it to start. They haven't started it yet. We're still live waiting. Nothing yet. She got a bunch of Abercrombie and Fitch music in the background. All right, I'm gonna stop this music because, to be honest, this is giving me a headache, dude. Elon's in the background getting weird somewhere with this music playing. It sounds like the robot guy from Grandma's Boys music, you know? All right, guys. Patiently waiting here at 214s right now. Still haven't started it yet. Again, we're waiting for him to start. It should be starting anytime now. Yeah, calm before the storm. Hey, thank you, Artie. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, guys. Tesla, where you at? Is this Grimes' music? The earnings call is right here. Nothing's started yet. Nothing's started yet. So it's actually not playing. Nothing's playing right now. It's just holding music right now. So it hasn't started yet. Again, we're waiting, but nothing's started yet. We're just kind of sitting back. Hey, but thank you so much, Artie. We appreciate it. Again, earnings call hasn't started yet. We're still waiting for it. And it looks like it's about to start. Once it starts, give us a sound check. So,
and welcome to
sound check.
Third quarter 2022 Q&A webcast. My name is Martin Vieca, VP of Investor Relations, and I'm joined today by Elon Musk, Zachary Kirkhorn, and a number of other executives. Our Q3 results were announced at about 3 p.m. Central Time in the update deck we published at the same link as this webcast. During the call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filings with the SEC. During the Q&A session portion of today's call, please limit yourself to one question and one follow-up. please use the raise hand button to join the question queue. But before we jump into Q&A, Elon has some opening remarks. Elon?
Thank you, Martin. So just to do a Q3 recap, Q3 was another record quarter on many levels. We had our industry-leading operating margin reach 17%, and our free cash flow surpassed $3 billion in Q3 and approached $9 billion in the past 12 months. As our factories ramp, we're looking forward to a record-breaking Q4. So it really, knock on wood, it looks like we'll have an epic end of year. So Q4 is looking extremely good. On the production ramp, Giga Berlin achieved another milestone of 2,000 cars made in a week with very good quality, and is ramping rapidly. Giga Austin or Giga Texas should reach this milestone very soon. In fact, just yesterday, if you extrapolated yesterday's build rate, it would be 2,000. Our production of 4680 cells has tripled in Q3 compared to the previous quarter. We are finally gaining rapid traction on the 4680 cell, and its output is growing rapidly, and we expect it to start incorporating in cars and having it be a significant portion of our production here in Texas in the coming months. We also have our second generation of manufacturing equipment for 4680 cells in Texas, which continues to show great progress along with our original pilot line in Fremont. The Fremont factory team once again reached record production in Q3, and we intend to keep raising production in Fremont. Regarding Autopilot, at the end of September, we hosted our second AI Day and showed the first prototype of our Optimus robot, the latest updates on our Dojo training computer, and a wide range of improvements of full self-driving software. Our vehicles have now driven nearly 60 miles in full self-driving beta mode, and this number continues to grow exponentially. Our goal with that AI Day was recruiting, and we've seen a massive influx of world-class artificial intelligence engineer and scientist resumes. So it generated a tremendous amount of interest from some of the best AI researchers in the world. I can't emphasize the importance of this enough, because I think it finally has become clear to the smartest AI technologists in the world that Tesla is among the very best. So, and this quarter, we expect to go to a wide release of full self-driving beta in North America. So anyone who has ordered full self-driving beta or full self-driving will have access to the FSD beta program this year, probably about a month from now. So, and then obviously anyone who buys a car and purchases a full self-driving option will immediately have that available to them. So the safety that we're seeing when the car is in FSD mode is actually significantly greater than the safety we're seeing than when it is not, which is the key threshold for going to a wide beta. Let's see, with respect to demand, we've got a lot of questions about demand in recent weeks. I can't emphasize enough, we have excellent demand for Q4, and we expect to sell every car that we make for as far into the future as we can see. So the factories are running at full speed, and we're delivering every car we make and keeping operating margins strong. So we're still a very small percentage of the total vehicles on the road. Of the 2 billion cars and trucks on the road, but we only have about 3.5 million. So we've got a long way to go to even reach 1% of the global fleet. Let's see, based on my what people are, based on many things, but certainly questions I get on Twitter about buybacks, and I think every one of our board members has gotten questions about buybacks. we've debated the buyback idea extensively at board level. The board generally thinks that it makes sense to do a buyback, but we want to work through the right process to do a buyback. But it is certainly possible for us to do a buyback on the order of $5 to $10 billion, even in the downside scenario of next year. Even if next year is a very difficult year, we still have the ability to do a $5 to $10 billion buyback. This is obviously pending board review and approval. So it's likely that we'll do some meaningful buyback. So in conclusion, while the market themes revolve around the short term, it's very important to focus on the long term. I can't emphasize this enough with investors, and I think long-time investors obviously recognize this with Tesla. You have your sort of local ups and downs, but the long-term trend has been extremely good. And several years ago, I said, I think on an earnings call, that I thought it was possible for Tesla to be worth more than Apple, which was then the highest market cap company, I think, on the market. And Apple at the time, I think, was around $700 billion. And I said it required incredible execution, and at least some luck. And we didn't indeed achieve that. Tesla went, in fact, far past Apple's market cap at the time. And now I'm of the opinion that we can far exceed Apple's current market cap. In fact, I see a potential path for Tesla to be worth more than Apple and Saudi Aramco combined. So now that doesn't mean it will happen, or that will be easy. In fact, I think it will be very difficult. It will require a lot of work, some very creative new products, tremendous expansion, and always some luck. But for the first time, I am seeing, I see a way for Tesla to be, let's say, roughly twice the value of Saudi Aramco. And I think that's, I haven't quite seen that yet. I mean, this is the first time I've seen that potential. So, I mean, we have an incredible product portfolio. I think we've got the most exciting product portfolio of any company on earth. Some of which you've heard about, some of which you haven't. We're in the final lap for Cybertruck. We're building the Cybertruck line here at Giga Texas, Austin, and making a lot of progress in the robotaxi platform design. And and then with respect to batteries, we're moving as fast as possible to have to achieve 1,000 gigawatt hours a year of production capacity in the United States. Vertically integrated. So anode, cathode, lithium refining. We're moving at a top speed to do that. So I think it's an incredibly exciting future, and really an unprecedented future. But none of this would be possible without the incredible team that we have here at Tesla. So I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our factory employees, engineers, executives, and the whole Tesla team. You guys rock. You're the ones making it happen. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. And Zach has some opening remarks as well.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. Just to continue on Elon's theme, I just want to thank and congratulate the Tesla team for achieving record vehicle deliveries, production, and storage deployments in the third quarter. On automotive profitability, our GAAP operating margin was 17.2%, with automotive gross margin at 27.9%. Operating margin is one of our best yet, with improvements in operating leverage. However, Austin and Berlin ramp costs weighed on our margins, particularly if you compare it to Q1. Removing regulatory credits and Austin and Berlin, our operating margins would have been our strongest yet, and auto gross margin would have been nearly 30%. Note that while small and growing, each car we build in Austin and Berlin is contributing positively to profitability. We also continue to experience margin headwinds associated with macroeconomic conditions, as we've discussed at length on prior calls. In particular, raw materials, logistics, and foreign exchange was a big part of this past quarter. On energy profitability, we achieved our strongest gross profit yet for this business, driven primarily by record volumes of our Megapack and Powerwall products. Our free cash flows were also a record, despite an increase in cars in transit at the end of the quarter, which has a negative impact on working capital. Specifically on cars in transit, as noted in our press release on October 2nd, we've started to experience limits on outbound logistics capacity, which we didn't anticipate. This issue is particularly present for ships from Shanghai to Europe and local trucking within certain parts of the US and Europe. Our historical operating pattern of batch building by delivery region leads to extreme concentrations of outbound logistics needs in the final weeks of each quarter. Just to put this in perspective, roughly 2/3 of our Q3 deliveries occurred in September and 1/3 in the final 2 weeks. As a result, we've begun to smooth regional builds throughout the quarter to reduce our peak needs for outbound logistics. We expect this to simplify our operations, reduce costs, and improve the experience of our customers. As we look ahead, our plans show that we're on track for the 50% annual growth in production this year, although we are tracking supply chain risks which are beyond our control. On the delivery side, we do expect to be just under 50% growth due to an increase in the cars in transit at the end of the year, as noted just above. This means that, again, you should expect a gap between production and deliveries in Q4, and those cars in transit will be delivered shortly to their customers upon arrival to their destination in Q1. Austin and Berlin ramp costs will continue to weigh on margins, although we expect the impact to be less than what we saw in Q3. And as Elon mentioned, we are continuing to build as many cars as possible while also maintaining strong operating margins. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let's go first through the shareholder questions. The first shareholder question is, given the stringent battery content and assembly requirements for consumer tax credit eligibility under the Inflation Reduction Act, can you speak to Tesla's ability to meet those thresholds in each of 2023, 2024, and 2025 with your existing and planned supply chain?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think just at a high level, I'll say we do expect to fully meet the IRA's requirements. If you want to.
Yeah, we view the passing of the Inflation Reduction Act as a significant boost towards accelerating our mission, while also scaling the battery supply chain at large in the United States. We expect Treasury to publish detailed guidance by the end of the year. Until such time, it's difficult to fully determine the eligibility criteria, but we believe Tesla is very well positioned to capture a significant share of that for solar storage and also electric vehicles.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we're going to go basically pedal to the metal as fast as humanly possible to get to 1,000 gigawatt hours a year of production in the US, vertically integrated.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question. The next question is, what updates can you offer on the backlog and recent order intake trends, especially outside of the US and especially in China?
Well, it's there's definitely, China is experiencing a metaverse of a recession of sorts, which is property market, simply from a property market mostly. And Europe has a recession of sorts driven by energy. The US actually isn't pretty, North America is in pretty good health. although the Fed is raising interest rates more than they should, but I think they'll eventually realize that and bring it back down again. So, demand is a little harder than it would otherwise be, but as I said earlier, we are extremely confident of a great Q4, and we anticipate continuing to grow our vehicle production, sales deliveries by, on average, 50% a year, as far into the future as we can see.
Thank you.
Actually, one caveat I should say, growing production by 50% every year, because deliveries, we're trying to smooth out the deliveries and not have this crazy delivery wave at the end of every quarter. So, in fact, we were just fundamentally running out of, there weren't enough boats, there weren't enough trains, there weren't enough car carriers to actually support the wave. Tesla got too big. So whether we like it or not, we actually have to smooth out the delivery of cars intra-quarter because there just aren't enough transportation the objects to move them around.
Thank you. The next question is, do you still expect 50% annualized growth for the foreseeable future? Is this also true specifically for the Chinese domestic market? Do you expect to need to cut vehicle prices or offer incentives in any market to sustain the demand? Or has demand remained stable, or is it even rising? Quite a few questions there.
Well, like I said, we want to sort of focus at a high level on what we think is possible here. To the best of our knowledge, we believe that Tesla will continue to grow deliveries and revenue production at a 50% or greater compound annual growth rate. There might occasionally be a year that is a little less, and then some years will be maybe a little more or a lot more. In some of our out-year planning, we see potential annual growth rates that are in excess of 50%.
Thank you. The next question is, can you tell us more about the product feature roadmap beyond new models and FSD, and especially for interior and powertrain of existing vehicle models?
No. we could, but we won't. Sorry, guys, we can't like jump the gun on future product announcements.
Committed to continuous improvement.
Yeah, we obviously will continue. Yes. There's obviously Tesla's not yet. We'll also be committed to continuous improvement. Yeah, at Tesla, we've always been committed to continuous improvement. So, as friends of mine ask me, like, when should I buy a car? I'm like, now, because we just keep improving the cars. It's always the latest Tesla. Yeah, best of the latest Tesla. So, and I'm really, yeah, the new, every now and again, we do have some, big technology upgrade like Plaid. And by the way, I think the Plaid Model S and X are just the best cars on earth. Best. There's nothing even close, in my opinion. Just try one. Yeah, epic.
Thank you. The next question is, we keep hearing of dire energy crisis in Germany this winter. What are Tesla's plans to combat power cuts? And will there be any delays in ramp up in production from Giga Berlin because of this?
Yeah, I can take it. I think 2 points on this question. The first is that, based upon everything that we know, we don't see this as a large risk to the company. Even if production did go down for a period of time, this is all near term. It doesn't have any impact on the long term of the company.
But we have no indication whatsoever that we will have to cut our production in Germany.
No. And we put in place backup plans, and we're working through the supply chain as well. Nearly all of our suppliers are prepared as well. So we'll see how this plays out, but it's not something that we're terribly worried about.
Thank you. And the next question is, how is production planning going for the Cybertruck? What is the initial phase 1 production target? When can we expect an update on pricing and final design?
Yeah, I mean, as Elon said earlier, we began facilities preparations here in Giga, Texas for Cybertruck. We're still on track to enter early production in the middle of next year. We've started our beta builds of all of the body and existing.
When can I drive my beta? That's the question.
In a few weeks.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And that's going well. We continue ramping that through the end of next year and into 2023.
Great. Yeah, that car's gonna be sick. And sick. That's gonna be a Hall of Famer, next level. Sorry it took it longer than expected, but there were a few things that got in the way, like insane global supply chain shortages and pandemics. Sure, force majeure if there ever was one.
All right, thank you.
Of course, Tesla Semi, of course. So we'll be handing over our first production Tesla semis to Pepsi on December 1st. I'll be there in person, and we'll begin ramping up production of the Tesla Semi, which is a max load heavy truck.
Yeah, that's the Class 8 truck.
Class 8 truck.
No sacrifice to cargo capacity.
Yeah, no sacrifice. Exactly. Very important. No sacrifice to cargo capacity. 500-mile range.
Just be clear, right? 500 miles with the cargo.
Yeah, 500 miles with the cargo on level ground. Yeah, fair. So not up. Close. But the point is, it's a long range truck, and even with heavy cargo. And the number of times people told me, "Oh, you can't. It's impossible to make a long range, heavy duty Class 8 truck." And then I asked, well, what are your assumptions about watt-hour kilogram and watt-hours per mile? And they would look at me with a blank stare and then say hydrogen. I'm like, no, that's not the answer. I was looking for numbers. Literally. That's not a number. That's an element on the periodic table. Anyway, you obviously don't need hydrogen for heavy trucking. That's what we're trying to make here. And we'll be ramping up semi-production through next year. As I think everyone knows at this point, it takes about a year to ramp up production. So we expect to see significant. We're tentatively aiming for 50,000 units in 2024 for Tesla Semi in North America, and obviously we'll expand beyond North America. And these would sell. I don't want to say what exact prices, but they're much more than a passenger vehicle. So the 50,000 heavy trucks of this nature would be worth several Model Ys.
Thank you. The next question is, what is the progress of the 4680 cell ramp, and what factors determine whether vehicles get 2170s versus 4680 cells, and how will that change in the next year?
Ramp is going well. As Elon said, total output is up 3x quarter over quarter, and production is tracking to exceed 1,000 car sets per week this quarter, as we said last quarter. Our focus is now shifting from 100% ramp to cost and further expanding production capacity in North America, as Elon also mentioned. On the 2170 versus 4680 in our factories, we really attempt to minimize factory complexity and product changeover, while still making sure we get enough new product into the field to learn how it is performing. And that sort of mix is going to shift as 4680 scales here and the overall factory ramp proceeds in Texas.
Right. But basically, in a nutshell, 4680 ramp is growing exponentially, and it's going well. It's looking good. This is going to be a very major factor in the future.
Packs up sick.
Yes. Like I said, our goal is to strive towards 1,000 gigawatt hours a year of annualized production in the United States alone by Tesla, not including suppliers. Suppliers would be on top of that.
We need to get 300 to 400 terawatt hours built to accomplish our goal.
Yeah, there's roughly, to transition Earth to sustainable energy, our rough calculation for both stationary and vehicles is 300 to 400,000 gigawatt hours, or 300 to 400 kilowatt hours.
So when you're like 1 terawatt, it sounds like a lot. Well, it's a lot of terawatt hours to go.
Yeah, and I should say, like, on the cathode side, this would the main cathode we think would probably be iron, and like most of the iron, because iron can scale to very high tonnage, and then some nickel. The exact percentages are hard to figure out, but it's probably at least twice as much iron cathode as nickel, maybe more, and then there's the manganese wild card as well. Does that sound right to you?
Yep.
Okay.
And on that note, we're pursuing aggressively North American iron cathode supply.
Yeah.
We can talk more about that at a future date.
All right, thank you. The next question was on the semi-truck, which we already addressed. So I'm going to skip to the next one. Can you talk about how Tesla could adjust if we were to enter a prolonged recession, including new product prioritization, investment flexibility, new factory versus factory expansion, service support infrastructure, productivity cost measures, and demand stimulation alternatives?
Well, to be frank, we're going pedal to the metal, come rain or shine. So we are not reducing our production in any meaningful way, recession or not recession. So
It's the 1% point you made.
yeah, exactly. So I think the public at large realizes that the world's moving towards electric vehicles, and that it's foolish to actually buy a new gasoline car at this point, because the residual value of that gasoline car is going to be very low. So, so I think we're having to be in a very good spot. That I wouldn't say it's recession proof, but it's certainly recession resilient. Because basically the people of Earth have, in large part, made the decision to move away from gasoline cars to electric cars. And then we're in transitioning electricity generation to sustainable. You need solar and wind with a stationary battery pack to buffer the power. So you have 24/7 power, because the wind doesn't blow all the time and the sun doesn't shine all the time. So that also is, we actually see the energy storage business, stationary storage, growing more like, I don't know, 150 to 200% a year. So faster than cars by a lot.
Sorry, just to add, before you jump in, Martin, I mean, just to echo Elon's point, I mean, I think, where our cash balance is, what our forecasted cash generation is, where our margins are as a company, I mean, we can withstand quite a lot of downside before we would have to dig into our capital plans, supercharger expansion, product lineup. So, the business has done quite well over the last handful of quarters. And this is a real opportunity, I think, for the company to press forward in the most aggressive way, as Elon is mentioning.
Yeah, we try to model out, like, let's say 2023 is a brutal recession year. Even then, we generate meaningful cash. Once you get out of that 2024 plus, it's insane.
Great, thank you very much. And let's go to the last investor question, which is the progression from Tesla's first platform with S and X to the second platform with 3 and Y led to 50% reduction in cost of goods sold. What do you see Tesla's third platform being released, and what level of cost of goods sold reduction could you achieve?
Well, we don't want to talk exact dates, but this is the primary focus of our new vehicle development team, obviously. But we're at this point, we've done the engineering for Cybertruck and for Semi, and so obviously you can guess what we're working on, which is the next generation vehicle, which will be probably about half the cost of the 3Y platform. It'll be smaller, to be fair, but it will, I think, swiftly exceed the production of all our other vehicles combined.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're going to take everything we learned from SX, 3Y, Cybertruck, and Semi and pour it into that platform. But we, as you've said to us many times, we're on a 2-for-1 target. So,
yeah,
you know, that implies that trying to get to that 50% number again.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's like, what would it take to? That's exactly what Lars describes is what we're trying to figure out. How with this, how do we make 2 cars for the amount of effort that it currently takes us to make 1 Model 3?
Yeah, effort, costs,
Yeah,
perform,
all things
efficiency,
considered.
yeah, all those things. Half the loss, half the cost, half the factory floor space.
For twice the output.
And we do believe this can be done.
Yeah.
By the way, I should mention that, you know, when I said that probably that I see a path, again, extreme, very difficult path, incredible execution required, massive amount of hard work and some luck to get to where Tesla is worth as much as Apple and Saudi Aramco combined. I wasn't including Optimus.
Thank you. Let's go to analyst questions next. The first question comes from Adam Jonas from Morgan Stanley. Adam, go ahead and unmute.
Great. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Elon, would you consider vertically integrating into mining? That's my first question.
We'll do whatever we have to. Whatever the limiting factor is, we'll do. We do not artificially constrain ourselves. We don't vertically integrate just for the hell of vertically integrating. Like if there's a great supplier who's better than us, or we think at least very good, or even where the economics of comparative advantage suggests that we should use that supplier, even if we could beat them, but we could use our resources to do something else that would be more productive, then we won't insource in that case. But if we have to go mine, we will mine.
Okay, thanks, Elon. My follow-up is, 1 terawatt hour of manufacturing in the United States, vertically integrated. I guess my question is, what would need to change with U.S. permitting laws to allow that? Kind of what would be your message to this administration or next? And do you think you could do a terawatt hour? What's the going price of that? Can you do that for under $100 billion in the States? Thanks.
Well, I think that the message to the government would be that there should be, I should say, we've actually had conversations with a number of senior government leaders, White House, Congress, and whatnot, and the suggestion that we have is that there should be an expedited permitting process for anything which is critical to a sustainable energy future. So it doesn't make sense to put like a coal mine and a sustainable energy battery like lithium mine in the same category. Coal does not have a future, lithium does. And by the way, you can extract lithium with almost no disturbance to the local environment. So it's not like some ugly, nasty mine situation. So I would recommend expedited permitting would really be helpful. Basically, yeah, fast track environmentally. I think fast track things that are important for the environment and humanity's future on Earth. That seems logical. And the reception has been positive, so we'll see if something happens with that. I think probably on this earnings call, we're not ready to get into financial details of what it would take to get there, but what we are seeing is radical improvements as we redesign the whole supply chain and all of the elements that go into battery cell we're figuring out dramatic efficiencies that I think will the net result of which would be that the capital required to achieve that level of output will be much less than what people think.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the next question from Colin Langan from Wells Fargo. Colin, go ahead and unmute. Colin, can you click unmute?
Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. Any update on full self-driving? I think you had said a couple quarters ago it would be available by the end of the year. If that's still possible, would it still be like a level 4 or level 5 that you're talking about? And are there any sort of regulatory hurdles you'd have to think about?
As I said earlier, we're expecting to release the full self-driving software to anyone who orders the package for the end of this year. It's a separate matter as to will it have regulatory approval. It won't have regulatory approval at that time, but the car will be able to take you from your home to your work, your friend's house, to the grocery store, without you touching the wheel. So it's looking very good.
And it would mean like level 4, level 5 kind of traditional definition you're talking about?
Well, there's a debate as like what are the interventions per mile and all those, maybe the safety interventions per mile. Like we're not saying that that's quite ready to have no one behind the wheel. It's just that you will almost never have to touch the vehicle controls. So like when I came to Giga Texas today from friend's house, I never touched any of the controls all the way in here. And then there is a longer process of like what's called the March of Nines, of like how many nines for reliability do you need before you could really be comfortable saying that the car could drive with no one in it. There's some subjectivity as to how many nines you need, but I think we'll be pretty close to having enough nines that you can have no one in the car by the end of this year, and certainly without question whatsoever in my mind next year. And I think we'll also have enough data next year to be able to show to regulators that the car is safer, much safer than the average human.
Got it. And just as a follow-up, you mentioned in the prior questions about IRA. I mean, it sounded like you thought you could get. Can you get all of it? I mean, because my interpretation is like the production credits, battery component credits for buyers seems very likely for you guys. Is the sourcing part of it possible? Because that seems like a pretty tough hurdle given how much has to be sourced from the U.S.
Yeah. So we have a cross-functional team that's looking very closely at it. As you mentioned, the sourcing threshold increases by the year. So we're looking at all options and also getting some clarification from Treasury. It's important to say that's only a fraction of the other credits. We do manufacture ourselves in the U.S. We manufacture the modules in the U.S. So that's pretty free and clear. So yes, we feel confident that we'll have a path as these incentives, as the threshold sort of increases by the year.
Yeah, we'll meet those thresholds.
Thank you. The next question comes from Colin Rush from Oppenheimer. Colin, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thanks so much, guys. You know, the operating leverage has been pretty impressive here, and I'm curious about areas where you could, invest in an incremental way, whether it's on the R&D side or on the sales side to accelerate growth or cost reduction, or should we be thinking about this level of spend on a go forward basis, and some significant operating leverage as you scale up from here.
Yeah, I mean, our operating leverage has improved quite a bit. It's the lowest this quarter, I think, ever, and by a decent amount. Our OpEx as a percentage of revenue. I mean, our forecast is that it will keep reducing. I mean, I think the way to think about it is, our total amount of operating expenses will slowly tick up as the company grows. It's very hard to keep it flat with the rapid growth of the company, but it's growing much slower. So some amount of growth there, but the top line of the business is growing so quickly. So I think there continues to be enormous opportunity to improve the overhead efficiency of the business, and we're seeing it.
Yeah.
All right, great guys. I'll take the rest of that offline.
We are in the, at least for now, quite like good position of we're investing in everything we can think of to possibly invest in, and we're still generating cash. So I guess it's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, I mean, how many R&D programs are we running in parallel right now?
People don't even know all the R&D stuff we're doing. They know some of it, but a bunch of it they don't.
I also don't think cash is a good gauge of how much R&D you're.
No, it isn't, because it's like this. Like it's not like it's not like engineers are they're not generic. And so it's just like, oh, if you spend, 5 billion or 10 billion, that will that your actual R&D in terms of useful product ship will be proportionate to that. It's just not true. Engineers aren't coming off some assembly line like cookies or something.
Until we get Optimus coming.
Yeah, Optimus don't change things. What matters is, where are the most brilliant people working? And Tesla remains Tesla and SpaceX are two companies where the smartest engineers want to work.
I mean, like, we don't have to spend billions of dollars to invest in the future and invent the future. Engineers are also cost conscious, and we don't necessarily just burn money out the window when we're trying to do R&D. So I would stop looking at like R&D as a cash investment for how much we're doing.
Like one Nikola Tesla is frankly worth an infinite number of dollars of engineers. Well, you can have like almost an infinite number of good engineers. And they would not be able to do what one Nikola Tesla could do. You can't make it up in volume.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to the next question from George at Canaccord. George,
hi, good afternoon, and thanks for taking my question. I think it was at your annual shareholders event where Elon mentioned that the prices of many of the materials used in your production have started to come off the boil. If that continues, does that give you an opportunity to adjust prices globally after several increases? Thanks.
Well, we're looking at the prices at our prices closely. I mean, obviously, anyone can just Google what the price of the future price of copper or steel is going to be. It's just like one Google search away. And everyone can see that the commodities on a go-forward basis are on a dropping line. But in electric vehicles, things like battery-grade lithium are still crazy expensive. So we've got a mixture of things where prices are dropping and things where prices are increasing.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say quarter-over-quarter, steel, aluminum has dropped anywhere between 17 to 20%. At the same time, on the battery side,
the cost of shipping has come down tremendously.
Yeah.
Like last year, the cost of a container on the spot market from Shanghai got as high as $20,000.
Wow.
And now it's $3,600. It's come back to reality.
Yeah.
We're seeing deflation in a lot of commodities, with a few exceptions, as you mentioned, on batteries.
There's more deflation than inflation.
Definitely.
And again, this is publicly available information. Anyone can just Google it. And I think Kathy Wood at ARK Invest is trying to make this point over and over again to the Fed, and the Fed is not listening because they're looking out the rearview mirror instead of looking out the front windshield.
Yeah, just add a little bit more context. So, commodity increases were the highest in Q3 that we've seen over the last 2 years. And so, when indexes change, it does take time before they flow through our financials. Yeah, there's latency.
This is why I say the finance decisions make sense if you're looking out through the rearview mirror, but not if you look out the front windshield. And they should look out the front windshield.
Yeah, and so at least of what we know so far, for peak on the commodity side in Q3, I say peak, hopefully it stays the peak. Hopefully it starts to come down. That there is a small amount of reduction that we're seeing going into our Q4 cost structure, from steel and aluminum primarily. But it's less than 10% of the total increases we've seen so far. So, we're optimistic here based upon what we're seeing on the indexes for some of our cost structure, that this will start to come in over time. But I just want to set expectations that there's not some windfall of cost reduction in this space coming in Q4. Maybe some as we go into next year.
Yeah, we'll probably see some cost reduction in 2023. I'd be surprised if we did not.
And just as a follow-up, this is for Elon. With your pending acquisition of Twitter and your stakes in SpaceX and Neuralink and Tesla, how much would the combined companies benefit from operating under a single superstructure, if at all, similar to Google or
Alphabet? Combine them, man. Combine them.
It's not clear to me what the overlap is. It's not zero, but I think we're reaching. I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm not an investor. I am an engineer and manufacturing person and a technologist. So, I actually work and design and develop products. That's what I do. So it's not we're not going to have a sort of portfolio of investments or whatever.
Form a super company, bro. You should. Do it.
I don't see an obvious sort of where they could get combined under an umbrella, at least right now.
Be the largest company in the world.
I'm excited about the Twitter situation because obviously I know that part incredibly well, and I think it's an asset that has been sort of languished for a long time, but has incredible potential. Although obviously myself and the other investors are obviously overpaying for Twitter right now. The long-term potential for Twitter, in my view, is an order of magnitude greater than its current value.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question from Pierre Ferragu from New Street Research. Pierre, go ahead, please, and unmute.
Yes, Can you hear me, guys?
Sorry. Yeah, we can hear now.
Great. I'd love to have another update on 4680, Drew. And so last time we talked about it, it was questioned about scaling out manufacturing, and there were still a few things to get right. Is it fair to say that now you are at scale and it's just a question of logistics to get bigger? So that's question number one. And then question number two, on the kind of innovation and cost reduction and efficiency improvements kind of path that you described at the Battery Day, where are we today, and how much time is it going to take to deliver, all the potential you outlined then?
Well, I'll take the second question first. At Battery Day, we showed a timeline out to 2026 for all of the ideas we had proposed and had, shared with everybody then. And
yeah, I'd be surprised. I think we'll do better than that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the rough. Just gave you all, it's on that order. It's not like a month. It's not 6 months. It's years, and we are executing on all of those different ideas pretty aggressively. in parallel with the OpEx that some people think isn't enough, but we're getting it done.
I mean, I'm not turning down POs, you know.
No, yeah,
Exactly. So
yeah. Or great talent. Like we find awesome engineers, we bring them into the company. And people shouldn't believe we are turning people away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard problem, but we're solving it. And I think we still feel confident that the 4680 will be the most competitive battery cell in the world.
And it's the whole system around it, right? It's not necessarily the specific form factor. It's the attention to detail on how to break costs out of the manufacturing process, how to remove processing steps.
And all the way down, from the mine to the cell.
Yeah, exactly.
Many steps along the way.
Yeah, and for those who watch the YouTube videos, like our on-site cathode facility is coming together. Really excited about that, which is a part of the plan that we discussed on Battery Day.
Yeah, we're also building a lithium refinery
in Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
So we're making putting our money where our mouths are, and all the various efforts that we discussed on Battery Day. On the technical challenges and the ramp question, which is your first question on 4680. Look, no ramp is ever easy, even at the end when you're 80% to the end. Like it's still very challenging to get to the end, and that sort of leaning out of yield, the final cycle time, to achieve target. You mentioned logistics. It's not something that we're specifically focused on, I guess, but eventually could be a problem as we're talking about hundreds of gigawatt hours at different sites across the United States. But I would never sit here and say we have no challenges remaining, but we've made a lot of progress reducing technical risk in many areas. Cycle times have dramatically improved. Yield has dramatically improved. And just walking the line here in Texas, like Martin was walking it yesterday, made some comments to me. You really see the acceleration around you. And we've made a ton of simplifications moving from the Fremont factory to Texas, and it's coming to play in speed of ramp here. And of course that's on one line of many here in Texas. So it's not like factory to factory. It's a multiplication of both simplicity and scale. So we're excited about where it's headed.
Yeah, and I think once we are fully integrated, I think we still do see a path to pull a roughly $70 kilowatt hour cell. So $70 per kilowatt hour cell. Yeah. Before any incentive. Before incentive. Yeah.
Thank you. And the next question comes from Tony Sacconaghi from Bernstein. Tony, go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to follow up on the 4680 cells and where we are seeing them deployed today. So are those in the semis that are being delivered on December 1st? Are we seeing them in Model Ys that are being produced out of Austin? And do you anticipate 4680 being a gating factor for Cybertruck ramp later this year? And how do you balance the need for 4680 across semi, Cybertruck, and potentially Model Y in 2023? And I have a follow-up, please.
Wow. Okay. Well, a semi doesn't use the 4680s. Yes. Yeah. So we are making Model Ys. Some of the Model Ys coming out of Giga Texas are 4680. And I think Drew, the car you drive around is 4680.
Yep.
Model Y.
10,000 miles.
10,000 miles. Yeah, it's pretty good.
No problems yet.
Yeah. Structural pack. Yeah. So, I mean, our output at 4680 is growing exponentially. So, but it's worth bearing in mind, like there are entire highly competitive companies that are very smart that all they do is make battery cells. This is simply one segment of Tesla.
Yeah.
So, so it's not a total walk and talk.
No, there are challenges still ahead that we have not yet surpassed, no doubt.
We don't anticipate this being any limiting factor for Cybertruck or anything else.
Okay, thank you. And the last question comes from William Stein from Truist. Go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
Great. Thanks for taking my question. I guess I'll go at one that I asked last time, Elon, which is your expectation for the likelihood of commercial success in each of the three major AI endeavors, FSD, sort of as imagined without a driver, the training computer, and of course, Optimus.
We'll achieve full self-driving, full autonomy. My probability of that occurring is 100%. And I think we'll, we're almost there. And then of course we got to prove it to regulators and get the regulatory approvals, which is outside of our control. But I mean, anyone who's driving full self-driving, has the full self-driving beta in the car, can see the rate of improvement. You just experience for yourself that we are in fact getting there. In fact, we almost are there. So anyway, probably achieving that 100%. The Optimus probability of that being a successful product, I think, also extremely high. Given enough time, 100%. Dojo, it's maybe more of a question mark around Dojo of like, can we be competitive with NVIDIA GPUs, even as NVIDIA continues to rapidly evolve their GPUs? So as the jury's out on Dojo. Dojo team thinks they can outperform NVIDIA for neural net training. But the jury's out, and we'll probably know, I don't know, next year if that's if that's true or not. But we think we're probably, we think it's let's say the architecture of Dojo has is the right architecture to win. It depends on how well we execute within that architecture.
Thank you very much. I think, unfortunately, it's all the time that we have today. So thank you so much for your great questions, and look forward to talking to you in about 3 months from now. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, guys. So that is the Tesla earning call. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to be going right to our crypto show. Our crypto show is starting right now, guys. So again, be ready. We're going to be starting our crypto show right now. So we see you guys over there. You won't have to go anywhere. If you can't join the live stream, if you're on mobile, go to youtube.com/beginnercrypto if you want to catch our crypto show, which again is starting right now. I'll post the link in chat. And with that said, we'll see you guys over at the crypto show. The link is in chat right there, and we'll see you guys over.